It's Thursday, January 3rd, and time for your Barbados Today morning news update. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Public service vehicle operators say they are ready and willing to clean up their act and improve their public image. However, President of the newly formed Public Service Vehicle Workers Association, Sean Best, said they would need the support of authorities to make this happen. Best made the statement after members stopped working on Wednesday morning, leaving passengers stranded at some of the island's busiest arteries.
Yes, it's a fact. They got people that is due nonsense in the industry, but this is a new year and the men would like to change, and the men want to change this whole system. Every road out here, you can name any road, for the last year get flooded with permits. So to make that money even a little harder now, right? So one of the things the ministry needs to do is take some of these permits, and other places in Barbados lagging for transportation. We looking to make a change. If the minister willing to work with we willing to work alongside them in getting things done. Right now we have a transportation issue in Barbados. We ain't got enough people, we ain't got enough buses to carry the people, but you know, for any thriving economy, you need transportation to get the people to and from the jobs.
Speaking to Barbados Today about the concerns of workers, Best took issue with the lack of dialogue on a number of recently implemented policies.
We are holding the government at a ransom money. Let me clear that first. We want to work alongside the government to make this transportation sector better, but they also have to work with us, right? We all, just like there, we have families we gotta go home and support. I would like to know that today I come out and I run about my brother here for a dollar, right? We want something. We have systems in place. We could talk to the minister, but the minister don't want to hear us. The minister, the tail will not wag the dog, so they say they have things in place for us already. But they're asking us what we want, what we need.
Meantime, Union President Akani McDowell says the National Union of Public Workers was willing to represent the interests of the PSV workers. He told reporters yesterday that several workers had expressed an interest in becoming members of the NUPW.
We were not fully appraised of all of the issues affecting the PSV workers, but we, of course, as a union, opened up our home to them so that they can tell us and what their issues were, and so that they can speak to their members about the issues that are affecting them. Today we have heard some of the issues. We said that we will follow through with them to make sure that some of the concerns that they expressed are resolved. So once they allow us to be that voice, we will make sure that all of their issues are resolved in a timely manner.
McDowell was, however, concerned and expressed shock at some of the issues confronting PSV workers.
Looking at it, though, I don't agree that some of the issues that they have should be existing in 2018. I find that some of these things are 2019. I am hoping that, you know, a lot of those smaller issues, and I don't want to trivialize what they're saying, but I don't want to go into specifics either. So I don't want to trivialize the issues because it might seem small to me, might be big to them. So, but I'm hoping that a lot of the issues that are affecting them are resolved in the soonest possible time. And once they have the support of NUPW, you can rest assured that they will be resolved.
At the same time, Chairman of the Association of Public Transport Operators, Maurice Lee, is refuting claims that his association has not been representing the plight of the PSV workers.
I have a paper trail in my hand that goes back several years. And we have been meeting and voicing not only concerns from an owner's perspective, but from a worker's perspective for years. And all of the information will point to the fact that we have not been standing up for ourselves as owners, but we have been representing the plight of the workers, because obviously the workers and the owners have to walk hand in hand. And at the same time, the workers can do it on their own, and the drivers can do it on their own. If the owners of these buses told the workers, well, look, I will look for somebody else to drive my vehicle from tomorrow, these several dozen people in there will be displaced. At the same time, if all the workers decide we're not going to work today, it is going to affect the owners as well. and the country by extension.
In other news, the idea of Bridgetown being opened on Christmas and other public holidays is a non-starter for prominent businessman Eddie Abed, unless it is made a duty-free zone. Abed was responding to concerns raised by Tourism Minister Kerry Simmons after cruise ship visitors found the city shops closed on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. Closed stores are the norm during the holiday season, but the minister declared that the practice must end. However, Abed told Barbados Today that such an arrangement under the current business construct was simply not feasible. He said businesses cannot meet the expenses associated with opening on holidays. In sports, the Barbados Chess Federation's 2019 calendar pushes off today with more than 80 players vying for honors in the National Youth and Cadet Championships. Contested in 6 age groups over 3 successive days at Harrison College, the championships will serve as a qualifier for the 8th Carifta Championships, which will be held in Curacao over the Easter period from April 18 to 23.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional happenings now, police have arrested a 30-year-old powerboat operator after a New Year's Day crash killed 1 man and injured 2 others in Bermuda. Lawmen say a 24-year-old man was killed when the private boat on which he was traveling hit rocks in the west of the island. The operator was arrested on suspicion of being impaired at the helm and his 18-foot boat impounded. We get more in this report from Jasmine Peterson of Bird News.
24-year-old university graduate Adrian Hassel died in the early hours of New Year's Day after suffering serious injuries as a result of a boating collision. Police say at 4:40 Tuesday morning, Mr. Hassel was traveling in an 18-foot powerboat along with a 30-year-old male and a 25-year-old female when it struck rocks in the waters near Leafroy House in Sands, injuring all on board. Bermuda Broadcasting News obtained footage of the damaged vessel currently impounded at police headquarters pending inquiries. The 30-year-old male boat operator managed to go ashore to knock on the door at Leafroy House asking for help when a staff member made a call to police. Mr. Hassel was rushed to hospital via ambulance, but despite life-saving efforts, he was subsequently pronounced dead. The 25-year-old woman was treated for her injuries and later discharged from hospital, while the boat operator is listed in stable condition in the intensive care unit.
And finally, Secretary General of the United Nations Antonio Guterres said the world continues to undergo a stress test. In his New Year's message, he said these were anxious times for many as climate change is running faster than we are. Geopolitical divisions are deepening, making conflicts more difficult to resolve, and record numbers of people are moving in search of safety and protection. He also said inequality is growing, intolerance on the rise, and trust was on the decline. However, he's of the view that there are reasons for hope.
Now we need to increase ambition to beat these existential threats. It's time to seize our last best chance. It's time to stop uncontrolled and spiraling climate change. In recent weeks, the United Nations also oversaw landmark global agreements on migration and refugees that will help to save lives and overcome damaging myths. And everywhere, people are mobilizing behind the Sustainable Development Goals, our global blueprint for peace, justice and prosperity on a healthy planet. When international cooperation works, the world wins. In 2019, the United Nations will continue to bring people together, to build bridges and create space for solutions. We will keep up the pressure and we will never give up. As we begin this new year, let's resolve to confront threats, defend human dignity and build a better future together.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Isobi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good morning.